Welcome back. Millions of our girls and boys are heading to the schools, and our youngsters are going to go to colleges too. How to prepare them for the new academic year? What are the most important features of just these generations? Do they need a special way to deal with them to make sure that they are going to enjoy their time and in the same time to achieve success? This is something we are going to discover with my dear guest live here in the studio, Dr. Sanaa Sabet, our development mentor. Thank you very much for being with us, Dr. Sanaa.
Thank you for having me.
A very good morning to you, and we are going to start with our children who are going to go to schools for the very first time. How to prepare them for this turning point, because it's always a turning point in the history of a human being when he or she will always remember the first day at school.
Well, the first day of school is very important because it signifies the beginning of a new year, a new era. So it's very emotional and very exciting. For students who are going to school for the first time, it is very important that parents understand that they prepare them for school. They tell them how nice it will be and how they will make new friends. They actually tell them about the school, take them to the school. I know that a lot of schools would have sort of a pre-school day so that children come and see the school with their parents. It's a very emotional time for both the students and the parents. Yeah, probably even more emotional for the parents than it is for the students, because there's a separation.
This was my case.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Everybody, and I've seen it throughout my life as a principal. You see the parents and the tears, and they don't want to let go, and the kids are crying, and really what they don't understand is it's the parents' feelings that are being projected onto the students. So
children.
the student is
Dr.
afraid.
Since you're saying so, this phenomena is only here in Egypt or in our Middle Eastern countries, or it's all over the world?
It's all over the world.
Oh.
You always get the separation anxiety with new parents taking their children to school. Here in Egypt, the interesting fact is that whereas before it was mommy who took the child to school, this time it's both parents. And believe it or not, the fathers are more emotional than the mothers.
Sometimes.
I think COVID changed a lot in personalities. But the most important thing is for parents not to pressurize their children into learning English or learning French or learning whatever language or whatever school they're going into, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to be taught. So if they're pressurized from the beginning, it will become something that the student tends to worry about. Also the fact that it's still a child. You know, enjoy it.
This is it. How to guarantee that the child is going to enjoy his childhood and in the same time acquire knowledge? Is it an equation which is hard to fulfill or to implement on the ground, or the way we deal with our children is the issue?
I think it's the way we deal with our children. Obviously, the child goes to school, the school organizes the activities throughout the day. When the child comes home, it's not like, how was school today? How was your friends? Did you make any friends today? Did anybody annoy you? And this is very important. Did anybody annoy you? What happened? What was the teacher like? Please don't do this. Okay? Hi, how's the day? What did you do? Did you like what you were doing? What was your favorite class? And let the child just unwind. And they will tell you. There are children, and mine were that type of children, who won't say anything. As far as they're concerned, their school life is their school life, and home is home. But you take them home, you let them relax, you discuss with them your day. Show them that you are sharing. It's very important for parents to share with the children their life. Okay? They don't say, my child will not understand. Children are very smart. They will understand and they will be able to... Well,
children are very smart, but every child has his own hobbies, his own way of thinking, the subjects he likes and subjects he
Of course.
cannot find himself in. I'm not going to say fail to study or something, but far from this, how do you see the importance of having this relation between the teachers or the school and the family to make sure that they are going to fully cooperate together for the best interest of the child?
It is very important that the parents get in touch with the teacher. Not on a daily basis, how's he doing, what happened, because most schools tend to have channels which they connect with parents. So the parents don't have to worry about the fact that I don't know what my child is doing, but they must follow up. Then we have the almighty WhatsApp mummies groups.
No, I'm not going to mention the mommy's groups. I'm speaking about the teacher-mom relation.
That's what I'm trying to.
No,
it's a
mommy's
very
group,
small point.
It's terrible.
But it's very, very important point, because this almighty mummies group on WhatsApp affects what's happening in the classroom.
Yeah.
All right. Don't get
involved that
it.
much. Yeah.
Yes. Don't get, because there are invariably people who are very manipulative, very strong, who control this group. Talk to the teacher yourself. If you find that your child is having a problem, talk to the teacher. Don't just let it go. Don't assume, okay, because you won't really know what's going on. It's a different world. What goes on in school is different. Once you find out what the problem is, then you can work with the teachers to solve it. Some children, they may be finding it difficult to make friends. Some children may find it difficult to, because they're being bullied. And unfortunately that does happen. And you will not be able to tell unless you talk to the teacher. Never miss a parent-teacher conference, because that's very, very important. Always, always, if there's a change at home, you must inform the teacher.
Amen. Yeah.
All right? Because something happened. For example, God forbid there's a divorce, or the father traveled, or a grandmother passed away. The child will be affected. But the teacher can't know what's wrong with the child unless you talk to the teacher.
And unfortunately, some parents, or to be accurate, a large number of parents may feel shy that their children are suffering ADHD, for example, or dyslexia, or something like that. And unfortunately, this is discovered by the teacher, and there is a kind of denial from the families. And this is not at all for the best interest of the child. Simply, when I know the problem, I'll be able to solve it. If you please elaborate on that.
A lot of students are very active. And hyperactivity doesn't necessarily mean that ADHD. It means that maybe the child is bored because they're more intelligent than what's going on in the classroom. They need to be challenged. They were used to doing their own thing at home. Most parents allow children, especially with this positive upbringing these days, to do whatever they want. And this produces entitlement in a child. So the teachers, unless they are qualified, cannot say this child is hyperactive or this child needs to be tested. There are signs, of course, when the child is overactive, in which case the teacher must involve the counselor, who then talks with the parents. But teachers are not generally qualified. We tend to, because of our experience, say this child is hyperactive or this child. But unfortunately, and I do feel for the teachers, they don't have the time to sit with each child, especially if they have a large number in the classroom, and find out what the situation is and what's been happening. You tend over time to get to know the child, but unless you are in contact with the parent and do point out certain things and maybe certain strategies, then it is very difficult.
Dr. Sanaa, you mentioned a very popular term, which is positive bringing or stuff like that. Dr. Sanaa, how do you see the importance for the fathers or the parents to make sure that they do understand the differences among generations? I mean, my days at school are very much different than the days at school for my child, and it's going to continue this way. For example, I was not using computers all the time, or being in a lab, or being that all the time acquainted with AI accounts, for example. The applications of technology in general. How do you see the importance of knowing these differences and dealing with our children according to their age, according to their era, I mean?
There is a huge difference between the time that even you are in school and your children. The AI and the technology has caused children to be taken, and so unfortunately social media. I always advise parents two things. First of all, you and the father and the mother must be in the same wavelength when they're talking to their child. It's not a question of no, you can't. It's a question, well, what do you think would happen if this, you know, because students nowadays, no is not a solution. Okay, but there has to be a system. The beginning of the academic year is very important because, first of all, two things have to happen. Number one, the parents have to decide on the policy that they are both going to take when it comes to dealing with a child over the coming year. They both have to be in agreement, and neither of them should break it. If a child asks something, then the parent will say, for example, no. Then it is a well-known fact that they will go to the other parent. And the other parent will say, oh, okay, there's no problem. That doesn't work. That causes problems and actually causes the child who is smart enough to understand what I want, I will do. So they have to agree with each other. Then there has to be a schedule. A schedule must be set so that the students themselves know they will come home, there has to be downtime. As for the adults, so the students. They need to just have this break where they change their clothes and
manage time,
and then they can eat, and then they can have quality time. I know a lot of parents are very busy these days. It's not the quantity, it's the quality of time you spend with your children. The more relaxed you are, the more they feel that you are sharing with them, then it becomes an easier thing. Of course, there are concepts of teenagers, teenage boys.
This was my coming question regarding teenagers. And many parents think that if their mission stopped or that it's finished after the school, but from school to university and from school to college, this is another turning point, and they should have such a big role in making it easier and even more enjoyable for their girls and for their daughters and sons. If you want to elaborate on that too.
Absolutely. You know, we pressurize our students because they have to get to university and they have to do this. And unfortunately, this is something that once they finish their high school, oh, thank God, I finished. I don't have to work anymore. This is not so. I used to tell my sons, and one of them is a dentist and the other one is now working as a teacher, but it was in marketing. You owe me whatever number of years you have at university. The first year of university is very important not to let go. You have to have that balance of, yes, I trust you, but at the same time, you have to understand, well, what is your schedule at university? What are you doing? Try and have a rapport. A lot of them will say, well, you don't know my friends, so what am I going to talk to you about? I'm old now, I don't need to tell you this. Don't do it in the way you used to do it when they were younger. Do it when as if they were your little brother or sister that you're talking to.
Simply, our sons and daughters are the most valuable thing we do have.
Absolutely.
And I think that this is the big issue, and we need a lot of episodes to continue talking about this. But unfortunately, Dr. Sanaa, we are running out of time. But I really enjoyed our discussion, and I'm going to leave you with a promise to see you again in more episodes of our breakfast show.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And we are going to end this episode with this piece of news, as on behalf of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli headed for New York to head the Egyptian delegation at the Two-State Solution Conference and open the high-level segment of the UN General Assembly. The Prime Minister, during his visit to New York, is expected to hold a number of meetings with his counterparts and with top executives, with the heads of the high-ranking delegations which are going to participate in the 80th meeting of the UN General Assembly on the sidelines of the important meetings in New York. We are going to follow minute by minute all the events which is going to take place as soon as they start. Only on Nile TV International you are going to find all the updates, so stay tuned. Many thanks for watching. This was Nermeen Abdurrahman.